fighting is my blood, man. Because a lot of people don't know I was born in Hawaii. My parents, my dad went to school in Hawaii. I don't know, since I was a kid, I always got into fights. Like, maybe because I was different, you know, because I'm mixed. My dad's Nepalese, my mom's Malaysian, born in Hawaii. I just got into a lot of fights, and then when I went to the States to study, my school, there were only like 5 Asian kids. They get picked on a lot, so I always stood up for them. Like, anyone talking shit, I wouldn't hesitate to call them out, you know. I got into a lot of fights, man, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay lah, I think these past 2 years I've been like battling with a lot of training here and there, and then finally I figured out something lah. Kind of figured out lah. It started on its own lah. It just came by, Keanu came, and then we started to train, and then you guys from Masma came over. Not exactly Masma, Denchi boys, you know.
It was a good year, I feel, like, of rebuilding and like build up fundamentally in like every aspect of the game, from conditioning to wrestling to striking, straight up figuring out ways to slow the game down, because I know that I'll never be as fast or as strong as these guys again. But up here, I feel like I'm one of the best in the world, and I can use those skills to slow the game down where athleticism doesn't matter.
I used to go into fights thinking of a game plan. I always go there and a game plan feel like I fought Akiyama. I thought like, I'm going to take him down, I'm going to take his back. But it didn't work, man. Akiyama's takedown defense was so good. And everybody can see now, even Aoki couldn't put him down. But I tried to put him down so many times, I tired myself out, and then in the third round, I just had to swing it out with him, right? And I was moving, kicking, punching, moving, kicking, punching. Same thing went with this guy, right? And I went with Hiroyuki. In the first round, I didn't expect the guy is going to take me down. I thought I'm the one going to take down. The first one, he took me down, and I was like, oh shit, I got to get back up. I get back up, and then I start to strike with him because he started to engage with takedowns more. And then when I started to pressure, I don't know what I was thinking. Certain times I would never engage as much. But whenever I engaged for a takedown or shot, I was successful. I put the guy down, you know. Even when I scrambled back up from positions to get to the clinch, I still succeed. So I'm very well aware of what I'm doing, but I think I'm not aware of how I'm thinking when I'm fighting. You know, that's more important than what you're doing.
I've been in the game for a while. Like, feels like the last few years I'm starting to figure out what I really need, and I guess that comes with experience and the amount of time I had off. I had a lot of time to think. Yeah, I feel like every fight I go in there with the mentality to finish the fight, and with the fundamentals I have now, I feel like I wouldn't need to rush those like I used to. I just take my time, and when the finish is there, I'll take it. You know, I feel like I've matured enough to know how much time I need to finish a fight.
I don't know, man. I don't want to think too much, but I know I personally want to do this for a long time. I like competing. As long as there's an opportunity for me to compete, I will do my best to compete. To perform, right? I personally don't know how the fight's going to go. I cannot give you an answer. But I know I want my hands to be raised this time around, right? So I have to be calm, composed, but aggressive. Calm and aggressive. This is one of my oldest coaches saying, you know, Samir, he used to say this. Calm and aggressive, Agi. Calm and aggressive. So I gotta be calm and aggressive to fight rather than just aggressive.
Yeah, James is an intelligent fighter. I mean, if you train around Mighty Mouse and Matt Hume, you're gonna be an intelligent fighter. And I've watched a lot of Mighty Mouse fights, and I know how when they switch and when they go for their takedown. So if I can time one of those kicks or one of those takedowns, I feel like I can turn it into my favor real quick.
But I personally like to fight fights like this, like get into the fire and try to fight, right? I think you test yourself to the limit. That's why you fight. At the end of the day, not everyone can do this kind of thing. You know, not everybody can put a glove and go into the cage and start fighting, right? When I was a fat kid, because I always get bullied verbally, I got bully people too verbally, but I wanted to test myself. If your fight breaks out, can I go past all these things, right? Can I go past like a shot to my head? Like, how will I react?
This next fight is very important to me, especially because I've had so much time to rebuild and rethink my whole fight strategy or like fight career and the way I approach the game. I'm excited, man. It's been a while, and this time around I feel ready. It's exciting. Like I'm excited for the challenge. That's all I can say. I'm really excited. Thank you to everyone that supports me. I'll be looking to get the win this Friday night.
Shout out to Blueprint Martial Arts. Shout out to all the boys from Denchi Kickboxing for coming over to always train with us. Shout out to Keanu Subba. He started all this. Some people that I cannot mention the name, they've been part of my camp as well, coming out from other gyms. Shout out to them too, you know. They've been very big part of my career since the early days until now. They still come and help me out, you know. And then shout out to Bruninho for coming over in the early days to help us out a little bit as well.